Yeah. Y'all not ready. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop
Y'all
playing.
ain't ready.
Young Obama in the track, and this breaking my heart. I'm waiting on that call where they ripped him apart. Them hot wings make you fart when they fly through the dark, and them killers like sharks the way they float through the park. Deep in the dark, deep in the night. Young Obama was a scholar, so it's time to make it right. Hand me them black bandanas, them loud black pipes. 4 tickets on American, it's time to take a flight. Welcome to the 215, it's all live. And welcome to that PHI, it's all nice. Shorty got 4 on the bag, it's all fives. Like teeth, I'm in love with my man, that's all lies. Shout out to them youngins introduced so false cases. Scrambling for food in that Philly train station. That personal thing, youngin. Forgot the shell cases. Competition heard the track. They all free basic. We really love the queens. Holding down the kings. Loading hot slings with multiple hot wings. Every ghetto scene hit his heart. Hit his spleen in the Chinese store. Putting, putting. I'm the lord of the wing. Hyena hot wings. Respect my kids and my queen. Hyena hot wings. My fam and my team. Hyena hot wings. My goals and my dreams. On the table with 5 trains. The seal's been cracked. They raping, they purging, they loading up them straps. Jamal know geometry, his brain on his lap. Endorse the final chapter, I know we'll be back. Welcome to the 215, it's all live. And welcome to that PHI, it's all nice. Shorty got 4 in the bag, it's all fives. Like teeth, I'm in love with my man, that's all lies. Bacardi wanna dance, she in love with a bag. Shoot a bloody rag with the triple black jack. Young and body count like that. Turn goons into ass. Talk wigs and mountain bikes. They call it shoot a drag, youngin'. Tap the trap, youngin' just like him. Now's a meeting in the jungle. And Steve's in the den, they chose Rag and Queen. I could still hear him scream. I was stuff for law. Shooters on 18. Welcome to the 215, it's all live. And welcome to that PHI, it's all nice. Shorty got 4 on the bag, it's all fives. Like teeth, I'm in love with my man, that's all lies. Shout out to them youngins introduced so false cases. Scrambling for food in that Philly train station. That personal thing, youngin. Forgot the shell cases. Competition heard the track. They all free basic.
Yeah. Billions. Yeah. We thank y'all for tuning in to Billionaire Radio. I'm your host, Big Arm, the lad with the pad. Over here is my star. It's a co-host, Lateef Billions, with the infamous Troll Brothers. This is that show that make it do what it do. It'll make you laugh.
It'll make you cry.
It'll make you mad.
Make you ponder.
Sometimes you get a little upset.
All the time.
But you're going to enjoy it no matter what it is. You're definitely going to enjoy it. You're going to be like, hey, love that show. If you're new to the channel on Billionaire Radio on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe.
And all that good stuff.
Yeah, appreciate it. Today's show sponsored by An Outfit for You, a family of brands by Michael Keenan. If you want your brand to be successful, be productive, and make money, my guy Michael is the guy. Why do I say that? Because his company built a lot of fashion brands that you guys like to wear. Some of those fashion brands are WESC, Hurley, Steve Madden, Joseph Abboud, Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, and Steve Madden. Did I say Steve Madden again? Sean John. And if you guys like watching TV, keep watching TV. Because understand, his company, Wardrobe Styles, a lot of those shows, 17 of them, but I believe it's more than that. Some of those shows that you guys are watching, we got NCIS, Chicago, Law and Order, Blue Bloods, Magnum PI, SWAT, This Is Us, and all those FBI shows. It's not a night on TV you're not going to see his stuff. There's a network of executives, and they're making it happen. Entertainment, fashion, retail, you name it. He always has a plan, and he sticks to it. How do I know? Because he built my fashion line, and everybody's still waiting. But it's going to come out. Just stay tuned. It'll be out. But, you know, Michael at outfitforyou.com. You can hit him up directly. Go to the website at outfitforyou.com. Ladies and gentlemen, today is season 2, episode 54, baby.
Yeah.
Right now, we live on Billionnear Radio, so tune in. So we're going to take you guys on a little plane ride. Yes, it's going to be a little bit rocky. It's going to be a little bit turbulence. End of the day, you're going to be like, yo, as long as this thing land, I'm good. That's all we care about, is this thing landing. You know, I appreciate all you guys that been supporting us. We got a lot of supporters. We didn't know. You know we got a lot of supporters?
Yeah, you ain't telling me nothing.
I didn't know. I appreciate all you guys. If you feel like I'm not getting back to you guys, or we're not getting back to you guys, we're overwhelmed with inboxes and messages. We thank you guys. We're definitely get back to you guys. If you guys on Spotify right now, or any podcast, streaming cap, we appreciate you guys just for streaming it. You know, we appreciate all you guys. You know, it's a lot going on out here. You know, I'm going to go left early. Or should I just go right early? Left or right early? You know. But wait, before I even go anywhere, let's talk about Mike Tyson.
Right,
you and I had a conversation the other day.
Right.
You know, we talked on the phone. And, you know, Mike Tyson, in my opinion, he's losing his mind. But, you know, he can't help it. You know, we all know, if you saw the footage, it's all over the place. Mike Tyson's on the airline. And he's beating a guy up.
He showed patience and restraint before he did that.
That's not an excuse.
What you mean it's not an excuse?
Oh, so if I shoot you in the face and you say, hey, you know what? He showed patience and restraint before he shot him.
It all depends on what you got shot in the face for.
He doesn't. Let me tell you something. If he punched him,
right,
then he didn't have patience.
This dude was standing up on a plane, heckling him, poking at him. You know what I mean? Mike really tried to, you know, just ignore this guy. But when you start putting your hands on people, then, you know, that's a different reaction. That guy deserved what he got. So, I mean,
I don't think the guy deserved what he got. I don't. First of all, Mike Tyson's a celebrity. Okay, so he must have forgot what that feels like. You know. Now, I get the guy was clowning. The guy probably was clowning, but maybe the problem is because he's on JetBlue. Why are you flying JetBlue?
I don't know.
Isn't that the bottom of the barrel?
I thought Spirit was the bottom of the barrel.
They merged. JetBlue and Spirit merged. So you got Mike Tyson, who's supposed to be one of the greatest boxers of all time, podcaster, et cetera, et cetera. He's on JetBlue Airlines.
Okay. Well, I don't know why Mike on JetBlue.
That's my point. So you're on JetBlue.
Maybe he budgeting. You never know.
Okay, you're on JetBlue.
Hey.
You need to be first class somewhere.
I mean, he ain't in the ring no more. You know, making millions of dollars.
Doesn't matter. He still has the name. He still has his brand. People, he's sitting there taking pictures with people. You know, why are you on JetBlue, Mike? The people want to know. Why are we on JetBlue? And then you're taking selfies, and everybody's, you know, he's getting the attention that he wants.
Right. And
then you got the drunk guy that goes the extra step. He's so excited that it's Mike Tyson.
No, he's not.
And then he starts picking with him.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It didn't look that way to me.
He started picking with Mike.
It looked like all he had to do was sit down. That's it.
But he didn't want to sit down.
He was a grown man.
Right.
On a plane.
Right.
Acting like a fool.
All right, so.
Acting like an idiot.
All right.
And he got lumped up, and he deserved every lump he got.
Okay, so let's go flip mode. Would you let Mike Tyson punch you in the face for $1 million?
Yes.
Okay, that's what that guy did. That guy had a whole game plan. He says, I'm going to get paid. I'm going to peck with him until he hits me. You don't think that guy didn't think that thing out? That's why I said Mike Tyson got to get smarter. Because now you got to pay this fine. I guarantee you, it's at least I'm estimating it's going to be at least a couple mil, at least 1.4.
Nah, he probably get 50 stacks.
No,
if he get anything.
No,
he ain't getting no major money out of Mike.
First of all, Mike Tyson's hands are registered. So that's like that means his hands are legal, right? So that's like a gun. Same equivalent.
No, it's not.
When you go to court and your hands are registered, it's not the same. If you fight somebody whose hands are registered, it's not the same. You gotta restrain.
Mike can punch you in the jaw and you gonna survive. If somebody shoots you in your head, what's the chances of you surviving? So it's two different.
No, we're not talking about.
It's not the equivalency.
We're not talking about survival. We're talking about shooting versus punching. Really,
it's a big difference.
All right, but
it's a major difference.
But we're talking about a boxer whose hands are licensed.
Okay, a lot of boxers' hands are licensed.
Right.
So that you should know that, right? The guy looked like a pretty smart person.
The guy got paid.
And, I'm pretty sure he saw Mike fights. And I'm pretty sure he knows who Mike Tyson is. Exactly. So he took it upon himself to walk into the lion's den, and that's what happened.
So Mike has to be smarter. He cannot act like a civilian and just retaliate like that. He has to be smarter.
Where was that? And did you know it's a stand your ground rule too?
Not in the air.
Yeah, why not?
Not in the air.
Why not?
Not in the air.
Where was they at? It all depends on where they was at.
You know,
if he was in Wisconsin, Mike ain't paying him nothing. If he was in Florida, Mike ain't got to pay him nothing.
This is why Mike plays checkers. You understand? This is the same guy that bit Holyfield's ear. When Mike gets frustrated, he doesn't think. That was Mike Tyson's whole problem during his career. When he gets frustrated, he doesn't think. That's why they put him on meds.
Okay, but I support what Mike did.
All right, I'm 100%. Glad you support it, but I don't support it or condone it. I don't care. But I'm just saying it wasn't smart that because of who you are, now you got to pay this guy who plotted to get paid by you. And if you were smart enough,
but how do you know he plotted?
Oh, come on, man. That was first of all, who's going to pick?
Who told you that?
Who's going to pick with Mike Tyson?
Somebody drunk and senile and out of their mind.
You know, we had the joke when we say if Mike Tyson, smack your mom, what you going to do? He'd be like, I ain't going to do nothing. Like, who in their right mind is going to fight Mike Tyson?
It's a lot of people out there to fight Mike Tyson,
but they do it for the bag. Yeah, that guy was happy to get his lawyer and showed his little scratches that he got beat up for Mike Tyson. And I'm like, Mike Tyson needs a better team around him. He's not smart. And if he keeps making dumb mistakes like that, he's going to hurt his brand. And it's not going to make any sense. And like I said, he's the same person that bit Holyfield's ear. When he got beat up by Holyfield in the ring, we all watched that fight.
So, in your opinion, what do you think he should have done?
What he should have done, well, you understand, once you're in a position where you have things to lose, you got to think different.
Okay.
So for him, he had to take that L until the plane landed, and then he could have sued the guy and the airline, and he would have made money instead of losing money. See, that's how you got to start thinking. So you got to be able to understand: is it worth to beat him up when you could have got paid? So now that guy's getting paid for Mike Tyson, instead of Mike Tyson getting paid. Mike had a whole lawsuit with JetBlue. And the guy, because it was a liability. He was drunk on the plane. He was acting belligerent, and he could have easily he threw something at him.
He can still get that.
No, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Mike assaulted him. Assault is going to always trump. Mike assaulted that guy. Okay. And it went viral. So he can't. So he can't be like, he can't tell his side of the story and say, "Well, I hit the guy one time, or I slapped the guy one time." He pummeled the guy until the other guy in the seat had to stop Mike from doing it.
Hey, like I said, he bought that. He had it coming.
Yeah.
Should have left Mike alone. You walk in the lion's den, and
that guy got paid.
Bumped up.
That guy got paid, and that was a smart move what he did, because, like I said, would you agreed, you'll let Mike Tyson punch in the face for $1 million, and that's what that guy did. He's going to get paid, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt Mike's brand. It's gonna hurt his brand, but Mike, don't fly. Don't fly JetBlue. That's all I'm saying. He should have been on JetBlue. I don't care. Of all the airlines he could have put on, he's but it didn't make any sense. So Mike Tyson, I don't know. I'm a fan as a boxer, but he's not smart. His hands are registered, so it's not the same penalty. So it's a lot that's going to happen with this lawsuit.
It's true.
No matter how you look at it.
And on the other side, you don't know what that man going through. Who going
Mike,
through? You don't know what Mike. You don't know what's on Mike's mind.
That's why he needs to be on meds.
Because,
that's why you got to put him on meds.
And you just, I don't know, man.
You got to put him on meds.
I mean,
You know.
grown man, dog. All he had to do was sit down. That's all he had to do. And get his little plane ride wherever he was going, home, to work, or wherever it was. Sit down, read the paper, mind your own business, and none of this would have never happened.
Everybody got footage,
Mm-hmm.
and they took pictures of. He was taking more pictures with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make any sense. Some things don't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else don't make sense?
What's that?
There is a franchise, and I'm not gonna say the franchise. You know, they ain't cutting us checks, but
Right.
just know there's a retail store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And understand that during this retail store, there was a shooting.
Okay.
Fatally, somebody being shot. The fatal shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So during the fatal shooting, it was a shoplifter. So what happened was the person at the store, the retail store, stops the shoplifter
Mm-hmm.
from shoplifting,
Mm-hmm.
and the crowd of the employees in the store all got involved.
Mm-hmm.
These two got into it.
Mm-hmm.
It went left.
Mm-hmm.
The person who worked at the retail store
Mm-hmm.
shot the guy,
Mm-hmm.
killed him,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's probably gonna go to jail for murder. That's the most. And
He killed him inside the store?
inside the store. The most sad thing about this thing is the kid was working at this retail store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like your dollar kind of stores. Let's just say them dollar stores. Let's give it out there. Like
Uh-huh.
he was 21 years old.
Okay.
21 years old, and the guy he killed
Mm-hmm.
was 49.
So the guy that was shoplifting was 49 years old.
49 years old.
And the kid that worked in the store,
It's 21.
where'd he get the gun from?
There you go. Now we getting there. Now we getting there. You're bringing a gun to work and you got it on your hip.
So was he there security? Was he licensed? What's the problem?
Nah, he was the person. He's one of the workers in the store.
Was the gun licensed?
They never said it was licensed. They didn't even get into that. They just said, you know, further investigation determined that the victim had his back toward him.
So
He then pulled out the pistol and shot the victim several times, authority says.
in the
So
back.
what makes it worse is that he tried to stop the guy from shoplifting. The guy probably got over on him, and he felt embarrassed. So the guy was walking away. You start shooting him in the back, and now you kill him.
I mean,
so now on your day to work.
now you was just talking about being stupid.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? And it can't get no stupider than that.
Definitely.
Because one, was he shoplifting gold bricks? I mean,
It was it was one of them dollar stores.
so you just got killed over what? Some food, maybe, some chips, maybe some deodorant, maybe some soap.
So
And on top of that, you just murdered somebody that probably was just going to walk out the door with some soap or some chips
well, they
or
stopped
some
him.
deodorant.
They actually stopped him. So he didn't have anything. They stopped him.
Well, then it wasn't no sense
But when
for
they
the
stopped
shooting
him,
to
they
happen.
started fighting.
Okay, well, like I said, it should have never
But
happened.
the guy got over on him, and he just started.
Now you got one person dead and one going to jail for the rest of their life.
But you're going to. Why are you bringing a gun to work?
I don't know. And listen,
And
time out. This is what you got to understand. They knew he had the gun.
I can't say that.
Where did he went? Did he run to the locker and grab it?
No, how about you don't know that?
Well, so you said it was a tussle. Then all of a sudden, the guy pulled out a gun and started banging.
Right.
So he had it on him He had it on him the whole time.
If I'm going to work with somebody, I'm not telling nobody I got heat on me.
You could see it. Where is he gonna hide it?
He
in?
might have had a long shirt. We don't know.
Come on, man. Everybody at that job knew he had that gun. Everybody he worked with that he in close proximity with knew that he had the gun. So that's another part to the case. Why did whoever, dollar store general or whatever, allow an employee to walk around with a loaded gun
And I'm trying to tell you
on
that.
the clock?
I'm trying to tell you, you can't see what you're making is called you're making
You're talking to somebody that carry guns.
No.
You're talking to somebody that know
Listen.
people that carry guns. If I'm around you the whole time, eventually something is going to appear where I know you got a gun.
You can't make these accusations though, because you're assuming that they knew he had the gun. We don't know the story. I just told you that somebody got shot and killed.
Well, they knew.
And you're drawing your own conclusion.
Because I know they knew. Because I hear these stories all the time.
I've never heard nobody getting killed in a retail store.
No, I've heard
trying to stop
people say, why are you bringing your gun to work? I've heard these stories. Oh, yeah, why is he at work with his gun? Why you bring that gun to work? People ask these questions.
I just think it's ridiculous that you even trying to risk your life over something that doesn't belong to you. Like if you're working somewhere and somebody wants to steal, let them steal.
It was senseless.
Let them steal.
It was very senseless.
But it's sad that you're 21 years old now going to jail for murder.
Sure.
You said that's what the flip of it is now. You're going to jail for murder. That's what I said.
I mean, he must have had a lot of anger built up in him too.
Well,
for you to shoot somebody in their back several times, that's a lot of anger, man. That's a lot of misplaced anger. Also, the guy beat him up.
Yeah, that's like if you try to stop somebody from stealing, and they beat you up and then leave.
That's just like that's just like Friday when the dad told him, you guys is punks. You're too scared to take a butt whipping, and that's the problem.
Well, y'all know how I am, right? You like my segues, right? We talk about stupid and stupid, and you agreed that was stupid, right?
Very stupid.
And we talk about it stupid because of a shooting, right?
Right.
So how about now the shooting with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion that's going on right now?
Now he's coming to life.
You know what I mean? How crazy is that, right?
He started the show like the Crypt Keeper. Now I guess he calmed down a little bit. Now he coming to life. No, I made you angry in the beginning. I know. Before the show started, I made you angry.
Why would I be angry?
We ain't got to talk about that.
Listen,
that's Billionaire Radio business.
You cannot make me angry.
I did. You was upset. But now you popping. Let's get it going. Come on. Let's get it popping.
How about you was upset? You was upset because you thought it wasn't popping, but you watch on the screen now and you said it's hot. And you feel different right now. So how about that? You didn't realize how it was going to look on the screen. Yeah, let's not get into that. Yeah, you like this. You watching the whole joint like that thing pop. Right. So exactly. I know you better than anybody, man. I ain't paying you no mind, man. Meg Thee Stallion, she go over there. Right. She done the interview with Gayle King. And she's talking about the shooting. You and I talked about that, right?
Right.
And I'm saying, okay, it's getting to the point now where I feel like, I mean, she definitely wants him to go to jail.
Okay.
You know, and with the way it looks like, well, he may be going to jail. We don't know. I don't know the facts. But I'm tired of hearing about the story.
Okay.
I just feel like Meg is really dragging this thing out. You know, I mean, you had to do an interview with Gayle King. And this is why Meg has the advantage. And Meg's side, Meg has it that he can't talk about the case. And she also has she has where he can't get close to him, you know.
Restraining order.
The restraining order, correct, right. She has the restraining order on him. And she just made him go to jail because they were performing in the same area. They were the same area when performing. Like they can't be in the same area. So he can't talk about the case. And also he alluded to something on social media about the case, and he got in trouble for that. So he can't talk about the case. He can't do the interview that she did. He's not allowed to do. And so she's really taking this thing left. I don't know what he did to upset her. We got the rumors. She said they didn't have sex. Do you believe that?
No, I don't.
So you believe he smashed?
Yes, he did. He smashed her and her girlfriend.
So why do you think he's lying about it?
Why is he lying about it now?
Well, why do you think she's lying about why do you think she's lying about that whole situation?
Oh, wow, man. She probably told her boyfriend something different. She probably told the man she with, listen, there ain't nothing happening. We didn't do anything. I didn't let him touch me. And like I said in the song, that's all lies. When the girl was interviewing her, she asked her the question, Meg, she paused for a second. And then she answered the question. And then she said, was you intimate with Tory Lanez? And Meg gonna ask her, what do you mean, sexually? What do you think she meant, Meg? Come on, man. What happened was they was partying. They was doing some really menage a trois, freaky, crazy. Lane's probably, had some really wild stuff going on with them. They had a good time because she was kind of, joyfully.
I don't think that's what happened, man.
I do, man.
Nah,
you ever see the way she acted around him when she was with him?
She act like that anyway.
Nah,
she got a whole song. Have you heard any of her old music? She can't remember. She was dealing with the dude Moneybagg Yo before that.
Listen, they all smashed.
Probably, but what I'm saying is, so why you think she's so hard on the whole shooting situation? Like, because she could easily be like, you know what, just pay me and be done with it. But she's really trying to come down on him.
She got shot in the foot, bro.
Right.
Most likely that was an accident. How did her girl and how did the residue?
Don't say that because I don't say that because we don't want to. It ain't sure. It's supposedly they said it, but it's not. They not talking about that.
I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not allowed to give my opinion.
You can, but I'm just saying I don't want to be wrong.
This is a talk show.
I know, but I like facts. Though.
The media ain't nice. People don't like the media.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the facts. What you going to talk about with the residue and the gunpowder on our hands? But that was social media. That didn't come out in the court document. So I'm like, that's not even.
Oh, you talking about the residue on the girlfriend hands?
Right.
The gun residue.
Supposedly that was.
That was supposedly.
Supposedly that's what they.
All right,
saying.
so we don't want to report nothing with no
that's
real hard facts. But they were partying, they were drunk, they were high, out of their minds, having a good time, and somebody got shot in the foot.
Yeah,
how it went left, I don't know.
Well, supposedly she got fragments from the foot, I guess, because it bounced off the concrete or whatever might have happened.
Oh my Lord,
we don't really know.
So he ain't actually shoot her in the foot.
Supposedly he shot down,
and the fragments hit her in her foot. It sounds like a lover spat, bro. It really do sound like a lover spat.
It just sounds like I'm tired of hearing about it. And I feel like her going on Gayle King, I'm like, you just got your degree. We're all talking about these great things. But why are we still talking about this story? Can we just let this thing go to court and be done with it? Or just be done with it?
Do you think it's a publicity stunt?
She's going to sell more records, of course. But I feel as though it's personal against him. That's why I feel like something's going on.
Because she didn't have to do the interview, right?
I feel like they had a sexual relationship and she's mad. Because of, like supposedly he found out that the other girl was involved. Who knows what the argument was in the car.
They paid her for that interview.
I don't know what they did. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm just tired of hearing about it. I'm just like, why is she even, at this point, she shouldn't be, like, when you hear Megan and you hear Tory, don't you be like, come on, man.
First of all, somebody was doing some real fronting. That's one. First of all, you were two hot chicks. For what reason do you need to pull your gun out? It ain't like the ops running down on you. So for what reason did you have the gun out? And then secondly, why did you shoot it? So you trying to front for these girls like you this type of gangster bull. Yeah, pop! Then the screaming, in the foot. Now that's what we got right now. I think it's all fraudulent, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the issue is, and why we're having this problem and why the court thinks what happened, because when she did the police statement, she lied. So she has to go to court now and try to recant her police statement, but then that means she lied on a police statement, which is also illegal, that's a whole nother charge. Because you can't falsify a police statement.
So what do you think it is that she lied about?
So when you watch the interview, she said that because there was a hot gun on the seat, and the cops came, and it was just around the time where the George Floyd just took place. She was a little nervous, and she didn't want nothing to happen to anybody. So when the cops asked her what happened and why your foot bleeding, she says, "I stepped on some glass." That's what her report says, and she felt like that was the smartest thing to do, so that nobody was going to get killed or get shot if they knew about the gun, because the cops didn't search the car because they didn't know about the gun. So she felt like if she would have said that he shot me, it would have been different.
So don't that one lie get the entire case thrown out?
I don't know, but this is what I'm getting at. So you falsify. You gotta pretty much telling yourself to get him. So what did he do to you that you're really to incriminate yourself? And now you're talking on Gayle King in the interview. You're saying, I falsified the report. I just lied and said I stepped on some glass, but I look back and I probably shouldn't have did it. Now, that's what I'm saying. So now we're like, what is the real story now? Because you have no credibility no more in your story. But I get that you want to defend them, but this is what we're dealing with now.
It ain't even like they had to go get it off social media. It ain't even like they had to grab it off Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or anything like that.
Right.
You did an interview.
That's my point. So now we got to question Meg's team. Who is your team around you? Who's your PR team? Because now you're admitting that you lied and falsified a police report.
Stupid. So this whole show is just about being stupid.
You noticing? I'm getting all the good stupid. I got more stupid coming. We got more stupid to keep on coming.
I can see the
Today is the stupid show, y'all.
We got to like,
Dang,
comment, subscribe, and share.
What's this? Right. Wait a minute. Where the show going, man? Dang.
All right, so yeah, that's wild. That's just
right.
The whole interview and snitching on yourself is dumb.
All right, so let's really get into something else, right? All right, something a little dumb, right?
Right.
So there is somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna play it backwards. There's somebody that said they made $50 million on OnlyFans. There was a young lady that said she made $50 million on OnlyFans, right?
Right.
And the thing about it is, no, people said they didn't believe her. She screenshotted what happened, but
and
she
didn't pay her taxes.
$50 million on OnlyFans. Her net would have been 43, I guess, to pay everything. We don't know about anything about taxes.
She's told on herself too. All right, go ahead.
Well, she has the money to pay her taxes.
I hope so.
You know, and the reason why this story is so interesting, because she was on Dr. Phil at 13 years old.
She was on Dr. Phil at 13?
Which is 5 years ago.
So she 18.
Actually, just turned 19 in March.
And she got an OnlyFans page.
OnlyFans page.
And it's grossing $50 million.
$50 million from April to April.
What is she doing?
And her mother's Italian, dad's Jewish. I said jealous. Well, you would think he's jealous, right? No, mother Italian, dad's Jewish. And so it's like, so we know right there, that's her nationality. So you ain't got to ask that question.
Right.
So 19 years old with OnlyFans, and you're making all this money, right?
Right.
You went to Dr. Phil. Remember the girl that was saying, "Catch me outside"? Remember that whole catchy phrase? She was on Dr. Phil, and because the mom said she couldn't do nothing with her, she was born in Florida, and she was stealing cars and getting in fights and doing all these things. So Dr. Phil took her to the ranch, the Turnabout Ranch, that's supposed to change her life. That was in Utah.
Wow.
Right.
Right.
So now, not only did that happen, right? Not only does she have an OnlyFans, she got a music career. She's the rapper. Her name is Bad Barbie. I mean, Bad Baby. They call it. It's BHAB. I guess it's Bad Baby, but it's BH.
Bob Baby.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
Bob Baby.
But she got 2 platinum singles.
So she got 2 platinum singles.
2 platinum singles.
She making $50 million off
OnlyFans.
Oh,
right. She got one. Yes, she got like.
And what's her tag for the OnlyFans?
Bad Bobby. Bad Baby.
Bad Baby or Bad Barbie?
It's Bad Baby. It's BH.
She making oh my goodness.
It's BH.
It's million?
Yeah, it's BHAD, BHABIE.
So she must be into some really weird, weirdo type stuff.
Her real name is Danielle Bergoli. That was her name when she was on Dr. Phil.
She get $50 million off of that.
Who knows what who knows what she's doing, but like I said,
she's doing it right.
Yeah, but in 2017, she became the youngest female rapper to ever appear on Billboard Hot 100. She had a single called, These Hoes. And she spelled it HEAUX. This is ratchet of all ratchet. You know what I mean? Ratchet all ratchet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it gets better and better.
These hoes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Listen, she the one that came up with the song Gucci Flip Flops featuring Lil Yachty. Right there has 184 million views, and that was 3 years ago on YouTube.
Wow.
She had another song. It's called High, like BICH, like High Beach. But you know what that means, right? It has 218 million views right now on YouTube. So
218 million?
Yep. And then she did a song with Kodak Black.
Uh-huh.
And it has 46 million views on it. That was 3 years ago. And got DMX on the end of it.
Wow.
So she been rolling, and she got OnlyFans, and she got a makeup line. They got a contract with Fashion Nova.
Wow.
Yeah. So do you think OnlyFans is the answer? Because we talked about that before a few shows ago. You think OnlyFans is the new wave right now? You think women should get an OnlyFans page?
I mean, you just heard somebody. We just said this woman made $50 million.
Right.
Off of that, right?
Right.
So if the word get out that she made $50 million off of this,
The word been out. It's all over right now.
well then, yeah, they gonna be OnlyFans all over.
But
the
do you
place.
think she's popular because of the Dr. Phil? Because remember, she was the same girl on Dr. Phil, and she was talking all ratchet, and her catchphrase was "Catch me outside," and it sounded like it was "Cash me outside," but she was like "Catch me outside." It was like "Catch me outside." How about that, huh? It was like that girl.
I don't know if it had anything to do with Dr. Phil.
Because she had a fan base, and she came at Dr. Phil, and she said the place he sent her was inappropriate,
Right.
and it said it was sexual molestation going on.
Wow.
And it said the staff was killed, and staff was killed, and the person killed the staff, and it's all in the papers. It's like, why would Dr. Phil send me to these places?
Wow.
It was a whole thing going on with that.
Wow.
She did a whole thing, 2017.
That's amazing.
Right. So she's definitely out of pocket.
Way out of pocket.
But I give you the OnlyFans tag. You can check it out.
All right.
You know, because but you think OnlyFans is the answer? I really like to spend some more time on this, but we got to move on because
it's got to be the answer at $50 million. It got to be. 50 million, yeah, I guess it is the answer.
Well, meanwhile, your boy Elon Musk, like I told you about, closed the deal. He's buying Twitter. I think it's $44 billion. Something crazy. $44 billion. Yeah. And all the shares are now going up to $54.20 a share.
Wow.
But I think Twitter's going to fall apart because he's going to change it. He wants to get rid of the ad and the commercials and make it more subscription based.
He paid $44 billion for it?
Remember, I told you I feel like he did it because remember when it was tracking when the 19-year-old was tracking his private plane on Twitter with his account and he asked Twitter to shut it down. And Twitter said he had free speech and we're not gonna, we can't get him to, do it. He didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
So it didn't. He let it sit, and he got mad, and all of a sudden now he's buying Twitter. It's like if you're not going to take his account down, I'm just going to buy the whole thing. That's what I feel like happening. The billionaires, they pay a little different.
I mean, I hope he, he spent 44, right? So I'm just hoping that he did the math on it, and where is that he can net and somehow make his money back.
Yeah, but it's going to be ratchet. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a problem because have you noticed that social media, even like Twitter, it's less racial targeted messages of going back. Before, remember all the racial stuff and it was going on. You've been seeing all these things. Now you're not seeing it as much. Right. But that's because they censor a lot of it. You got to understand. Elon Musk is the one, from South Africa that he supported apartheid. And he feel like the color of your skin determines how you treat it in America, take things like that in the world. He feel like that has something to do with it. So
you think it's going to run rampant now that he owns it?
I think it's going to.
So he's the Donald Trump of Twitter.
I'm not going to say he's Donald Trump of Twitter. I'm just going to say that it's going to be. I think he's going to. This is going to be. I think Twitter's going to fail.
But why? Why do you think Twitter's going to fail?
Are you going to pay for Twitter?
No, I ain't paying for it now.
He's going to make it a subscription. You got to sign up for it.
Oh, that's how you think he's going to get his money back. So
I don't know what he's going to.
This his market scheme.
He wants to cut the ads. He wants to cut all the ads.
Yeah. So his market scheme is, I'm going to cut everybody off, and everybody is so hooked on this, I'm going to make them subscribe and pay for it, and that's how I'm going to make my $44 billion.
And we see that never works.
He's dumb.
That never works.
He better be looking to sell it for less than $44 billion, get some of that money back.
Well, they're still going to meetings now, but at the end of the day, he bought it.
He should just keep it the way it is. Because if you could purchase it for $44 billion, imagine what's inside the nucleus.
He's just saying he feel like freedom of speech should be really honored more, and he feels like he want to make sure he want to change some things. He feel like he's going to change. I don't know what he's going to change. I have no clue.
So why are you charging for it?
That was the game plan. Because the money got to come from somewhere. Because the money was coming from the ads. So now you get rid of the ads, you got to replace that.
Yeah, I don't know what he's replacing that with.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Because people going, whatever.
Did you watch any of the games?
Oh my goodness!
All right, so if you watch the game, you seen that other protest that happened with the Timberwolves again?
No, I ain't see it.
They did it all again. They doing it again, and it was the animal rights activists this time. This time they caught her. She was running onto the actual court, and the security was looking at her like, I'm looking at you.
Right.
And as soon as he moves, he jumped over and grabbed her.
Wow.
And her whole plan was to, and I think the scariest part of this whole thing is that she's sitting behind the owner of the Timberwolves.
This the same woman?
No, it's the whole same organization.
Oh, it's the organization. Oh my goodness.
Remember, they're upset.
Right.
Because supposedly he killed 4.6 million because of the flu of these chickens.
Yeah, he had to kill them.
But he didn't electrocute them. What they did is they cut off the ventilation where it suffocated them.
Yeah, that's a good way to go.
So I'm like, how do you expect to kill them?
Well, first of all, they were infected. There wasn't nothing you could do with them anyway.
Right. It was 5.3
so
million
what was you
going
to do? Sell a bunch of infected chickens? You had to burn them.
It's 5.3 million chickens.
Yeah, you had to burn them.
You know, and it's the group direct action everywhere, but they're still at it.
And you said they were sitting behind the owner of the team.
She had a jersey on like a referee, and she was going to run on like a referee, stop the game, and eject the owner from the game. That was her whole plan. That's what they're saying. Her jersey said 5.3 on it, which displayed the actual for the 5.3 million chickens he killed.
Oh, okay.
And they said that it killed him using it was called ventilation shutdown.
It took away their oxygen.
Yeah. So
that might be a harsh way to go.
What you want to electrocute them? Drown them? You can't serve them to the people. So how do you get rid of so you just make them pets and just keep everybody alive? What do you do?
I don't know, man.
You can't serve them to the people because you will get people sick.
I mean, in my opinion, it's all cruel, but they had to go.
Right, but they're saying that it was a cruel thing. This group, but the thing is, how do you get that close to sit? How much does that seat cost to sit behind the owner? That means I could tap the owner on the shoulder during the game. So she has to be connected to somebody to be sitting that close.
Yeah, that organization, they must be getting a lot of donations.
It must be connected to the certain. How much do you think that seat may cost? Depends on, and it's the playoffs.
And it's the playoffs. Could be
and
five. It could easily be 5 stacks.
And it's the owner, though.
Yeah, it could.
She's not sitting behind the player. She's sitting behind the owner.
It could be easily 5 stacks or more.
That is dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
So they're going, but security caught it, which is a good thing. Speaking of security,
and it probably woke them up.
Yeah. Speaking of security, so the babies, that footage is coming out.
Right.
Again. Rolling Stone, doing this article, it's like they're investigating when he murdered somebody in Walmart. And they said he should be charged, pretty much. And, because pretty much the baby, he says it was self-defense. It was a North Carolina Walmart, and it was 2018, a shooting, and he's trying to say it was self-defense, and the footage trying to make it look it wasn't self-defense. And I'm watching the footage because it's like never been seen before footage.
Okay.
And the thing that I paid attention to is they're trying to say that he was the aggressor and he started the fight.
Okay.
And he's shopping with his child's mother and his newborn baby for Pampers. And these guys keep, running into him, approaching him.
Right.
He feels some kind of way. And he says the guy had a gun. Okay. So he attacked them first. And they said, and he shot the other guy. It was 2 guys. Now, before I get into this part, their story is they're saying, because the one guy's dead now, rest in peace to him, sad, it's sad. His mom was upset. But his friend that's with him, and they're 19 years old, that was killed. And his friend, I believe, was 19 to 20. He's saying that we were only trying to see who he was because we weren't sure if it was him or not. That's their story that they're telling. Now, in the footage, you can't see the audio.
Yeah, so how did that... You trying to see who someone is. How
then
how
you
does
ran
that
into him
develop into a fight?
And then you ran into him again in the store. And it's like, oh, okay. And so at this point, you see them talking in the aisle.
Right.
So, but they're trying to say the case needs to be reopened. He needs to be charged for murder. That's why I'm bringing this up. Because they're now trying to go back to the old case and reopen it and said a jury should have decided. And it shouldn't have just been closed like that.
I mean,
however, he was charged for concealed weapon, you know, and
Yeah, but
he
the
did,
story,
he did a
something
12-month probation.
Something ain't right about that story.
Well, you know,
It's a lot that ain't right about that story. Because you saying you just want to see who he is. Once you seen who he was, all right, you go about your business. How did they get into a confrontation? I mean, was words exchanged?
Supposedly he said something to them because they kept, you know. So for him, he was like, I gotta attack them before they attack me. Now, as the story plays out now, right? He said the guy had a gun. Like, the girl that was with him, when he was touching, said he had a gun. While he touching with the guy was reaching to shoot him because he had the gun.
Right.
And so now when they came on the scene and seen the dead body, he had a gun.
So who gunshot who?
The baby shot him before he got a chance to shoot him.
Oh, so baby shot him with his own gun, not with the guy's gun.
Right.
So he tussling with a guy.
And the guy had a gun. The baby said he seen the guy, but the guy had the gun.
So he was able to hold the guy's gun, pull out his gun, and shoot him.
No, I didn't say that. Where you get that from? How did you get
I'm trying to figure out how it happened.
I didn't say hold anything. Where the word hold come from?
You saying he saw a gun, so you tussling. So that means you're trying to get the gun. You're not tussling and grabbing his body. You're going for the gun.
You're doing this all over again. How do you keep making your own story to stuff?
That's what it sounded like the story said to me.
How does it sound like? I didn't say that.
Well, what did you say?
I said...
Loud and clear, please.
I said the baby said the guy had a gun.
Okay.
Got that part?
Got it.
All right. And then he said he charged after him. Right?
Right.
Now, when he charged after him, it was him and his friend.
Right.
Two of them.
Right.
Now, supposedly, because the guy he charged after wasn't the guy that he shot. It was the other guy.
Okay.
But he said the guy had a firearm.
Okay.
At his waistband, and he was reaching for it.
Right.
Supposedly. Doing it. You know what I mean? So, now let me fast forward to my point.
Okay.
So, the mom is saying he's such a good kid. This shouldn't have happened to him. So we're like, okay, we get that. Remind you, we're not in the court. We don't know what's going on with this court.
So he's such a good kid walking around with a loaded weapon. Okay.
It gets better. The cops found out that the loaded weapon was stolen.
He's such a good kid. He walking around with a gun that he stole. That's a loaded weapon. It's not even his.
And his friend,
it's not even registered to him.
And his friend trying to cover for him and say that he bought it secondhand, didn't know it was stolen. So the parents are trying to defend the guy's character, but it's not making sense.
So was this supposed to be a robbery that went wrong?
Nobody knows.
But the baby wasn't on robbing.
But the baby wasn't trying to find out. But but I just want to be clear is that as they're trying to reopen and come after him, if anybody sees a gun, you don't know what can happen.
See, baby saw the gun and he pulled out his gun first, and he asked questions later.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And they feel like it was just murder because it shouldn't have happened.
All right. Why baby walking around like that anyway?
He was shopping for.
He still should have security around him.
No, this is before he signed. Oh, this is before he signed his deal. This is before he was famous.
Oh, okay.
They're going back to when he was just, you know.
Oh, so the plot thickens.
He was just a rapper doing this thing, you know, locally before he signed, and that's why they're going back to open this case. But they're like, come on, you can't open that case because they already investigated the case. But I'm saying is that you got the gun that's stolen. Like, stop trying to protect this guy's character. That's what I'm saying. Rest in peace. He shouldn't have died. But you don't know what those guys are going to do. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So he says it was self-defense. So that's why the whole thing is. He felt his life was threatened, which is why he acted like he acted.
So they trying to reopen that, huh?
Well, Rolling Stone is trying to make a case out of it, which I don't understand why they're trying to do it. Yeah. I'm not really getting
Rolling
that.
Stone is a magazine.
And
why does Rolling Stone want Baby?
I don't know what happened, man. I can't even.
Did he deny them an interview or something? What happened?
I can't even figure out what happened or why that even took place.
Because you know, it's people out here, man. They funny. They be funny style. Right. You know what I mean? So, wow, that's different.
Yeah, and I'm just and I just want everybody to know that if somebody sees somebody with a gun, all bets are off. Like if you got a gun in the waist, I'm not really trying to negotiate with a stranger. Hey, what are you gonna do with that gun? Right. Like you can't come to me ask me anything with a gun on your waist. Right. I don't know you.
Right. Most likely that's the way it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Especially if you approaching somebody that way and then you flash, most likely you're gonna get shot.
Right.
Yeah.
And the guy, and when they found him on the pool of blood in the aisle, the gun was next to his side, pretty much. So it was like he didn't get a chance to get his gun off. It looked like.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Wow.
But nobody's talking about that part. They just look at the footage of him attacking the guy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they're saying he's always aggressively getting in the fights and always doing things. I'm like, I don't know what he did, who did he piss off, but
I'm still
stuck on the whole.
Yeah, because you said footage of him attacking.
Yeah.
Attacking someone and shooting someone is two different things.
He attacked them first.
And then shot him.
Correct.
All right, now I'm getting to it. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty.
Right.
It was a tussle.
It was a tussle because somebody was approaching him.
And then he popped the ball.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
It was two of them.
I thought I said that, but
it was two of them.
All right.
And the thing about it was, you know, there were people in Walmart saying that the other guy had a gun. You know, this case actually got thrown out because the witness never showed up. They were trying to testify.
His friend never showed up.
Whoever was supposed to be the witness never showed up.
That's the witness. The one that survived and was living is the witness. He was right there with him.
Well, I must have been somebody else.
Dog, they were together. He automatically becomes a witness. They were together.
You can have
why wouldn't he want to take the stand for his friend?
You can have more than one witness, though.
Yeah, but why wouldn't he want to take the stand for his
friend?
I'm
not saying it wasn't him. He might have been one witness.
The case got thrown out because there was no witnesses.
The one person didn't show up. It was a witness party didn't show up. I don't know how that went. I'm just saying.
As long as you got a witness, you go in jail, bro.
But nobody was saying. But so my whole point is, I understand why they try to make it look like he's such a bad guy. He's an aggressor. I'm like, I don't know what world they live in, but if somebody come to me at Walmart with a gun on the waist, it's nothing to talk about. I don't want to. We can't even have a conversation.
I'm not gonna paint this like he a good guy, but you know, because he ain't no angel.
He's not an angel?
No.
Well, your boy Biden is actually
my boy
Biden.
I don't like Biden. I told you I don't like Biden.
All right, well,
but go ahead.
The guy Biden you don't like.
Right.
He's now granting clemency to 75 inmates. He's letting them out. Different charge. He's doing this thing with. He started off with the drug charges. People that for like like a marijuana charge, things like that.
I was about to say that the marijuana charge. Yeah.
But there's other people as well that he's letting people out. But this is the big thing now we're talking about. He's granting clemency to 75 inmates.
Okay, that's a start.
You know,
and 7,500 would have been nice.
That's a lot of people, man.
But 75 is okay.
That's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people locked up.
You know, but the big deal is just a guy named Abraham Bolton Sr. He's a former U.S. Secret Service agent, and he was in prison after he was charged and convicted with attempting to sell a copy from the SS file to the 60s. In other words, he was trying to show that there was corruption within the government and racial things going on. And he felt like that's the only reason why that he got locked up, to try to hush him. He never had a fair trial at all. So Biden's actually giving him clemency now.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know.
Right around election. Yeah. Giving clemency to the guy that tried to clear up racism. Yep. See right through his. Never mind, but go ahead.
What you about to say?
Snake.
Who is Snake?
Biden a snake.
All right, listen.
Go ahead. I
know we ain't got time, but I'm gonna make time. So this is gonna be fast.
All right.
Because when she's about to cheat, she does these things. When your woman and your wife is about to cheat, okay, no, just your woman. We ain't gonna say wife. We're gonna say with your woman. When your woman's about to cheat,
wife too, wife included.
Nah,
that's your woman.
I know, but
your wife is your woman.
We're just dealing with the woman, though. We're just dealing with the woman. Okay. Just the woman. You have a woman, and she's about to cheat. She does these things. You know, one of the things she does, she's unavailable for no good reason. You can't get a hold of her for no good reason. Be like, where is she? She doesn't have any reason why you can't get a hold of her.
50 text messages, 50 phone calls, and not one answer.
And you can't get a hold of them. She's always talking about this friend, saying, you know, you need to let go of this person. Like, she got this friend, and she don't want to let him go. Always talking about this friend. You guys getting arguments over this friend.
Male or female? Most likely a female, but go ahead.
Well, no, it's a guy friend.
Man.
You talking about cheating?
Yeah, they cheat with women too.
I know, but I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
That's not really. Yeah, that's a whole nother show. I just want to zip through these because I always
Go
want
ahead. Go ahead. Zip through. I ain't even going to be able to comment, but go ahead.
When you can't call her around certain people, you call it, answer the phone, you can't call her, so she can't never talk when she's around a certain person.
Right.
Every time you call, she's like, with that person, she can't talk.
Okay.
You don't answer the phone, or she tells you, I can't talk right now because I'm around Johnny so-and-so.
No, because my mouth is full.
Right.
But go ahead.
She started using the person's personal items, like ran his clothes, his car parked in the yard when you pull up.
Yo, Raheem bought me this jersey.
Right. Right.
Wow.
She won't sacrifice the friendship for your relationship. She said, if you keep bringing his name up and complaining, I'm going to break up with you. At that point, it might have already started cheating already.
Been over.
Might have started already cheating already.
Been over.
And she has a deception. She's the perfect storyteller, telling lies to confuse you. So
and you forgot she cut off your water supply. Once she cut the water supply,
that's it. No, I don't think that's it for every situation.
Yeah, man.
No, I don't think. No, because they can still.
Man, if she ain't gave you none in 90 days, look.
Okay,
30 is the threshold.
Okay,
but if she ain't gave you no water in 90 days, bro, she just wanted you to die in the desert. But she does not care about you.
But at the same time,
she be like, go ahead, choke, dry up into a plume. I don't care. You're not getting none of this.
But she can still cheat while you hit it. So that don't make any sense. That's what I'm trying to say. She can still cheat on you.
And then you really gonna know.
Listen, I know some. Man, I put nobody out there. I know people that trust me, man. That don't mean nothing, man. They can still give you something and cheat on you. So that doesn't mean nothing.
You automatically gonna know.
That doesn't mean
You're automatically going to know. You're automatically going to know.
That doesn't mean a thing.
The chemistry going to tell on it.
It doesn't mean anything.
It always does.
It always means something.
Always tell. The balance. They balance always tells on them, bro.
Well, look, if y'all like what y'all heard, y'all like what y'all hearing, if y'all enjoyed Billionaire Radio on YouTube, like, comment,
share,
and subscribe. Billionaire Radio.
Hitting me the whole show, bro.
Because you ain't been talking, man. You gotta say that part. That's important. Everybody needs to know. And on that note, season 2, episode 54 in the books, sponsored by An Outfit for You, a family of brands by Michael Keenan. We thank everybody.
Oh yeah.
And we out.
Nice show.
Billions.